Hi, ladies. I am so excited to talk to you today and introduce our next guest that will be facilitating just a beautiful, beautiful experience for you at the running retreat. So, this is Jaymi Anderson, and she is
Hello.
the owner of LivPrem Yoga. And I am going to just kind of throw it to Jaymi and let her introduce herself and tell you a little bit about what she does and what she's going to bring to the retreat in September.
Awesome. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I know it seems like a long way off at this point, but this last year has flown really fast. So I'm hoping this next
Mhm.
year will too, because I'm looking forward to being there. I have been studying yoga for about 25 years. I've been teaching for much less than that, but I've been practicing for a really long time. And one of my most sacred experiences all through my childhood and then into my adulthood has been the spiritual component of music.
Mhm.
I grew up in churches where we had very heartfelt, arms in the air kind of worship. And when my ideology kind of moved away from some of the churches that I had been attending, I was really longing for that
Mhm.
experience. And when I discovered chanting, and of course the main mantra of om, and then found out that I could tie my instruments and my singing, my love of singing and chanting and worshipful music into my teaching career. I thought, well, this is just wonderful. So I've been doing and facilitating sound baths and helping people slip into a peaceful state of being for a little while now, a few years now, but I've been practicing these things on my own for quite some time, and it's been a joy for me to share that. And I look forward to sharing it with all of you.
Yeah, well, what a beautiful way to take a love of yours and bring it to other people. For the women that are watching, I have experienced a sound bath and light meditation with Jaymi, and I just was so um, I intrigued, moved. It was just such a beautiful experience, and it brought a new level of um, just kind of calm, release, renewal, like to my spirit. And so I thought, what a great experience to have at our retreat, where that's one of the main purposes to come and rest and renew and really just reconnect. So I'm just thrilled to have you and thrilled to have the women experience it.
I
I
can't
would
wait.
love for, yeah, I would love for you to kind of share. Um, what can women expect, especially if they've never been to a sound bath before
Yeah.
or a meditation of any sort? When I came to your experience months and months and months ago, I didn't know what to expect. And I had limited, knowledge of kind of what a sound bath is. So I'd love for you to just kind of share, what can
Sure.
women expect to take part in and
Yeah.
just share a little.
So I have a lot of first timers that come. So don't feel like embarrassed if this is your first time. There's a first time for everything. And what's beautiful about being a first timer or somebody that's sort of new to this type of experience is that you're not bringing any expectations with you, which is really
Mm,
actually kind of beneficial. But let me give you a little something for those who like to be prepared. Basically, we will find as comfortable a space as we can. That might mean for some people sitting in a meditation position. For some people, that might be kind of laying out comfortably, maybe some blankets or supports with you. In meditation, the body temperature tends to drop a little bit. So I would recommend maybe some layers or like having a snuggly blanket or throwing your socks on or something like that. And basically, once we're all very relaxed, and we've built a sort of atmosphere of trust where we can relax, I will make sounds. And you'll notice I said make sounds and not music. A
mm,
sound bath or a sound meditation experience is sort of musical in nature. There are some notes, and you'll hear harmonies and different interplay of different musical notes, but it's really less about music. Than some of the other kinds of music that I've done in my life. The sounds themselves are sometimes, as you were mentioning, very soothing, very
mhm,
calming, and can bring you very naturally sort of into a state of meditation. For those who are newer to the meditation practice of any kind, this is kind of a surefire way to get there. Let's say it that way. It's pretty easy to slip into a contemplative and relaxed state of being, which is
mhm.
ideal in meditation.
Sure.
Um, I think too, some people have really relaxing experiences. Some people are still and they're calm, but they might feel either physically some places in the body or mentally sometimes, or in the heart. Sometimes there's a little bit of agitation. Not that it's a
Mm,
bad experience, but just like sitting in other kinds of meditation, we're kind of sitting with ourselves.
mm,
And that is comfortable for those who are in a very relaxed state in life. And for those who might be processing or going through a transformation of some sort, sometimes it will highlight that for you.
yeah,
So that's perfectly okay if that happens. Usually you are done and you feel much better after it's over.
yeah,
And it's something I really enjoy doing. There's just something about the way that sound moves around a space. And of course, not only is it bouncing off the walls and all these other things, but we also, our bones are really excellent conductors of sound. If you're lying or sitting on the floor, sometimes you can feel the vibrations of the bowls actually on the floor
yeah,
itself. And you feel that vibration in your body. And something about that just naturally resets our cells, it resets our mind, and it gives you a sense of renewal. I think that's why they call it a sound bath, because you kind of
yeah.
feel after you've come out of the shower or whatever, that fresh feeling. It's kind of like that, but for your insides.
Yeah. Oh, I love that description because, as I was thinking about coming into this interview, it's like, how would I describe it? And I love that you described it as it can be very peaceful, but it can also be kind of, stirring a little bit of the
Yeah.
inside. And I've experienced both in
Mhm.
different sound bath experiences. And, sometimes it's like, whoa, what was that? But it's a very interesting experience. And you do leave feeling just kind of
Yeah.
like a newness, a renewal of that inside space. So that's very, that's why I always love to just allow you to speak because you're the expert, how to describe it in a way that really puts words to the experience. So,
Yeah.
I'm just so thrilled and the women will just be so blessed to experience this, beautiful kind of meditation. And ladies, Jaymi will be joining us on the Sunday of the retreat. So the final full day. So by that time, I want you to kind of imagine, you've arrived, you've gotten past the point of being a little anxious, maybe nervous of not knowing the women there, what to expect. We've built that trust and community, and you're in a space where you can really receive Sunday night and kind of close out the weekend with a really beautiful reset and just allow you to go back into kind of the everyday world, right? With a newness, inside. So I think we've planned on a really great part of the retreat, really great day, so that women can do that. So,
It is lovely to do. This is always in like a group setting kind
mhm,
of situation. And you're right, by the end of the retreat, there will be some sharing and some vulnerability that has already happened between the members of the group, and there's some bonding that's going on there. And
yeah,
I think in this setting, it's interesting to have made a career in some ways, or made a frequency of being in a room full of people who are silent
mm,
altogether. It's a really
yeah,
interesting feeling. I think too, the silence and the sound pair together in a way that's really powerful. And
mm,
there's something extremely empowering and trust building, as well as vulnerable, about being in a room full of other people and no one is speaking. It's
yeah,
really interesting and wonderful. So I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you. I'm
yeah,
so excited to be invited. Thank you so much for having me to the for the.
yes.
I'm really looking forward to being there with you guys and just getting to be a part of this. I am not a runner, but I've used my body in all kinds of other ways, and I think I can relate to some of the journey that happens for any kind of path that you're taking, running being a
Sure,
really good one. There's lots of good metaphors in there.
sure.
So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to being with you guys.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Before we close out, I'd love for you to just share where they can connect with you
Sure.
prior to this experience. So if they want to kind of, I know that you do classes,
Yeah.
so if you want to talk about where they can connect with you, and then when I work on editing this video, I'll put in the information in the video and under the post so that, they can connect with you beforehand as well if they'd like.
Sounds great. Yeah, so you can find me at City Yoga 2 days a week. I teach in the mornings on Mondays and Wednesdays. I also have an online subscription service for classes that you can take anytime from the comfort of your home. And these are all levels classes. Most of the challenge in the classes I teach is not in the physical movements, it's in the mental movements and in stillness, which is
Sure.
challenging for a lot of us, especially
Yes.
those of us who are on the go. So you can find me at City Yoga through their website. You can also find me at livprem.yoga. That's my website. And then I also have patreon.livprem yoga. So
Wonderful.
I would love to meet
Wonderful.
up with you if you have any questions for me. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook. So please feel free to reach out if you have any questions for me or just would like to get to know me a little bit better before we all join together this fall. And again, thanks so much for having me. I'm really looking forward to being with you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jaymi. We will see you in September.
Sounds great. Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks.